I use the SEO techniques you're about to learn to grow organic search traffic by over 1000%. And watch this entire free training because technique number 4 is my personal favorite. I'm Nathan Gotch, the founder of Gotch SEO Academy, and I've led hundreds of successful SEO campaigns and have been doing SEO full time for over a decade. So like this video to show me you're excited, and let's get into it. So number 1, don't juice your traffic numbers. So SEO is nothing more than a means to an end, and the end is more traffic, leads, and sales. And that's why you never want to be obsessed with traffic. You need to become obsessed with generating revenue, and that all begins and ends with keyword research. An SEO specialist can't control product quality, how the offer is presented, or how well a business can sell its product. However, you can control the quality of traffic that you send to the website. Unfortunately, many agencies know how to lie with data, so they target informational keywords with high search volume to juice their clients' traffic numbers. However, the client is ultimately confused about why traffic has increased but sales haven't grown at all. And that's because informational keywords rarely lead to direct conversions. And that's why my keyword research process uses a bottom-up approach. Instead of caring about search volume, we care about intent and conversions. Then from there, every action is based on improving the performance of keywords that actually drive revenue. Let's say I wanted to rank for the keyword SEO training St. Louis, which has investigative intent. First, I'd build a dedicated page that focused 100% on that target keyword. Then I identify keywords supporting that bottom of the funnel page, such as is SEO a good career or is coding required for SEO? These informational keywords are designed to support the commercial keywords. So I recommend beginning with the end in mind and building your content strategy to support the keywords that will actually drive revenue. SEO technique number 2 is to use anchor text cycling. So let me introduce you to a strategy I developed for building a natural anchor text profile. And my strategy is called anchor text cycling, and here's how it works. Step number 1, hit your target page with an exact match anchor text. Now, you might be wondering, isn't it dangerous to hit a brand new website with an exact match anchor text? Well, the short answer is no, and that's because sites get penalized for their link profiles as a whole, not just 1 or 2 links. Why do I use an exact match anchor text for my first backlink? Well, A, I want to see how the site reacts, and B, I want to establish what that page is about right away. And that leads into the next step, which is to hit your site with unoptimized anchor text variations. Use branded, naked link, generic, and keyword variations at this stage. And then step 3 is to track your rankings and watch the progress. You can get a decent read on your performance within 1 to 3 months. And if your page isn't moving, then you need to reassess. And the answer is rarely to use more exact match anchor text. Often pages aren't performing well because the site isn't strong enough from an overall authority perspective. The page itself doesn't have enough backlinks. The backlinks you do have are likely low quality. The page is just poorly built, or you just don't have enough topic authority to rank. But if you feel that you're a 10 out of 10 on all of those facets, then number 4 is hit your site with another exact match anchor text if necessary. And then just recycle through this process over and over until you rank. Now, the point of using anchor text cycling is to build a diverse and natural anchor text profile, which brings me to SEO technique number 3, which is use the relevancy pyramid. So the relevancy pyramid is a safeguard against lousy link building decisions. The truth is, most link builders are obsessed with metrics like DA or DR or organic traffic to prioritize link opportunities. And while these do matter, they're secondary to relevance. Relevance is king when it comes to link building. And Google's John Mueller said that the total number of website backlinks doesn't matter to the search algorithms. One good link from a relevant website can be more impactful than millions of low quality links. And that's why I created the relevancy pyramid. In short, prioritize the most relevant link opportunities first, and these are at the top of the pyramid. In most cases, you won't have many 100% matches from which to get links, but it's just where you should start. And then once you've tapped it out, move down the pyramid, which increases the number of opportunities. So let's say I wanted to find link opportunities for a beef jerky company. I'd go into Ahrefs Keyword Explorer and enter the broad topic, and then go to the traffic share section and click buy domains. And within seconds, you should see what types of websites rank in this category. Next, you'll need to investigate these websites to find additional topics. For example, you can do a site colon search to see what topics they write about. The example above has pages about golf and keto, and this implies that jerky is relevant to both of those niches. I also recommend looking at Reddit to get more broad topics. You can just search reddit.com plus your topic. And within seconds, I found multiple subreddits talking about jerky, like the jerky subreddit, keto, cooking, hiking, food, and meat. So now just use ChatGPT to prioritize these topics based on relevance. Here's a prompt that you can use, and then here's the output. So now you know what order to find link prospects. So just start with beef jerky blogs and then work your way down as you tap out each category. And that's when the fourth SEO technique comes into play, which is the reverse pyramid. So instead of driving backlinks to commercial pages, you'll drive backlinks to valuable assets and internally link to the commercial pages. So with that in mind, create 3 to 5 linkable assets for your link building campaign. And the good news is that you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just go into ChatGPT and use the following prompt. And then from there, it'll spit out many great ideas based on your niche. And if you want high quality backlinks without creating assets, then you're definitely gonna wanna consider using a service like Search Intelligence. They use a really unique strategy that doesn't require creating assets. Instead, you contribute expert insights for other websites, they pitch a huge list of journalists, and you score backlinks to your homepage. And don't underestimate the power of homepage links either. If you study the link profiles of the most successful websites online, you'll see that most of their backlinks point to their homepages. For example, Wikipedia's homepage has many backlinks. And if your site is structured well, the backlink equity and trust will flow to other pages. So I'll have a link below this video where you can learn more about Search Intelligence. But I also recommend using some of these frameworks that are proven to work, which is number 1, free tools or software.
Okay, so this free tool was created 100% using ChatGPT. I don't personally have a lot of coding experience. I just know very basic HTML and CSS. So I cannot build tools like this just out of the gate. I need a lot of support. So I use ChatGPT to build this completely. So you go into ChatGPT and you can just enter a very simple prompt and we'll just go ahead and actually have this copied over here. Copy this and just do like create the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for whatever the tool you're trying to build. Okay, so we'll put that in there and then it will start to build this out for you. Now, it's not gonna be usually perfect out of the gate. You're gonna have to go kind of back and forth with ChatGPT. So basically, you'll take this code, you'll put it into, if you're using WordPress, you can use a plugin like WP Coder, and you go ahead and put the HTML in, the CSS, and the JavaScript. And you put it into each of these areas, and then it will generate a short code for you, okay? And then you just go into your post, you put the short code element, and then you just put that in there, okay? And then I wrote some copy in here as well, but the point is that's how simple it is to get this up and running. And so it took probably about an hour for me to go back and forth with ChatGPT, but basically I had to go through, make sure it looked a certain way that I wanted, and I went back and forth and made sure it was working. And then eventually it got to the point where it was absolutely working perfectly. And now this works really well. Like we can go ahead and enter 2,000 words. And actually the only reason I created this is because I wanted it for myself. Okay, so I needed to see how long it would take me to read some of these scripts. Okay, and you can paste it in here as well. So you can see how long this will take. Yeah, so very simple stuff, not super complicated. But when you're trying to build free tools, you want it to be very, very like single use case type of tools tend to attract the most backlinks, okay? And you can see this post here, like although my goal was just basically to get links, you can see it's actually generated a solid amount of traffic coming to my site, okay? It's not the most relevant traffic to what I personally sell, but that's because I mainly created this for myself and for fun because I really needed this to use instead of using other people's. So, and you can see it actually has generated some solid backlinks from some strong domains. So this absolutely is one of my favorite ways to build link base. Just build free tools, build free resources, and put a lot of lines out there, and that will increase your chances of getting backlinks passively and naturally.
Number 2, the reporter technique. So people love linking to data, and the cool part is that you don't need to create the data from scratch. You can leverage existing data and create a curated resource, like how I gathered multiple studies to prove that backlinks still matter. But if possible, try to create original data like I did for the best CMS for SEO, because it's more likely to attract backlinks. Just use this ChatGPT prompt to get some ideas for creating data-driven content. Number 3 is the LIS technique. So what qualities make people want to link to your website? Well, there are many qualities, but one that helps enormously is called length implies strength, or LIS for short. So have you ever seen one of those super long sales letters that seems to scroll for decades? Well, that's not an accident. Long sales letters leverage heuristics. In short, we as humans are lazy and hate thinking, so we use mental shortcuts to make decisions, solve problems, and pass judgments. Now, what does this have to do with link building? Well, according to Backlinko's study, long form content gets an average of 77% more links than short articles. So that means if you want more backlinks, then create more long form content. For example, if you examine what pages have attracted the most backlinks on my website, gotchaseo.com, you'll see that they are all of my longest pieces of content. In fact, the average word count for my top 4 most linked to assets is over 7,000 words. So here's the main takeaway. If you want more links, just write longer, more in-depth content. But please don't take this out of context. It needs to be well thought out and add massive amounts of unique value. Number 4 is the predictive links technique. So what if you could create pages on your site that attracted backlinks like clockwork? Well, that's possible when you use the predictive links technique. The best part is that it's super simple. Here's what you need to do. Step 1, examine your competitor's most linked to pages. So just enter a competitor's domain into SEMrush and then go to the backlink audit and target pages. And you'll immediately see what pages have attracted the most backlinks for that specific website. Step 2, create a page around the same topic, but make it 10 times different and better. Step 3, reach out to the people that linked to your competitor's content. I recommend testing the waters before pitching your content when you use this strategy. Just send a simple outreach email like this. And then if the prospect complies, send this email. And I do recommend testing many templates for the second email until you hit the sweet spot. But just make sure you're giving something valuable when asking for a link. And now number 5 is recreate dead content. So I call this the white hat alternative to PBNs or private blog networks. It's super simple. So just use a tool like Spamzilla to find qualified expired domains, paste the prospective expired domains into SEMrush, go to backlinks in the analytics section, select follow and export. Now examine what pages have backlinks. Copy a URL and paste it into the Wayback Machine. And the first question is whether or not the content is relevant to your website. And if it isn't, keep searching. And if it is, the next question is, can you create something better? If so, create the asset. Then reach out to all the websites that are linking to that dead page. And now the final SEO technique is to splinter your content. So if your website currently ranks for any keywords, you're sitting on an SEO goldmine. Here's what you need to do.
So go into SEMrush and enter your domain and then go to organic research and click on positions. And then we're gonna do 51 through 100. And this is where we're gonna be able to find what I call clustering opportunities. So these are opportunities to create new content assets because we're likely to find some keywords that do not perfectly match the existing URL. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go through a few of these and see if we can find any good opportunities. So for example, let's go ahead and take a look. So keywords for dentists, okay? Very specific keyword, and we'll look at the page that's ranking, which is SEO for dentists. So very unlikely that this page is going to be relevant enough to rank for this keyword. And the way to kind of check this is we'll go ahead and copy this and we'll actually just go into Google and see what is ranking here. Okay, so what we see right away is that the top 3 results, and really look at the ones that are ranking the best. Don't necessarily look at the whole first page, but really look at those that are really dominating here. And what we can see is the top 3 results are specifically targeted for that keyword phrase. So once again, if I tried to rank for my generic SEO for dentist page, I likely would not be able to rank in the top 3. So what I would do is I would model what's already ranking and create a dedicated page specifically for this keyword. So just go ahead and look through all of these keywords, and typically anything ranking beyond position 50, unless it's a brand new page, is an opportunity to splinter off and create a dedicated hyper-focused asset. And this has a very, very high success rate.
So those are 5 actionable SEO techniques that you can start using today. If you want access to my proprietary SEO systems that 7- and 8-figure agencies use to get predictable #1 rankings in Google, then apply for Gotcha SEO Academy. Thank you so much for watching.